Week 18 is upon us, and we are here with the information slate. Contracts are on the line, incentives. We're talking playoff seeding, and we're talking about teams that don't actually give a flying fuck that the game of football is being played. We cover it all this week on the Week 18 edition, the final regular season week of the DFS Deli. And as we spoke earlier, it might be time, one last time, to ride. Here we go, boys. Welcome in to the DFS Deli. I am, yes, still the proprietor of this delicatessen. I have resumed my duties as owner and manager of this delicatessen, even though my bankroll is still much smaller than one of my employees here. But that is okay. It feels good to have Simba back on Pride Rock as Scar took over last week, as one of my better friends mentioned on Instagram. And we also found out that a certain Twitter account that you all were promoted to follow was hacked from weeks ago, and you shouldn't follow that. And hopefully he's gotten that taken care of. I don't know. Okay. So now you can officially follow Bakerless Chicago on Twitter and not be spammed with what was it? Adidas NFTs?
I think so.
Dude,
yeah.
That shit had me rolling.
I didn't even realize I was hacked until you sent it. I'm like, hold on, what the is this?
Yeah, man, my buddy Ziggy, he pointed it out to me, and I was like, what are you oh, shit.
Well, thanks, Zig. Appreciate you, homie.
Yeah, man, that's the boy, man. That's been a homie since day one. You know, that's truly my oos right there. Like, Baker, you and I have been best friends for over 20 some odd years. Me and Ziggy go further back than that. So
I remember Zig playing football back in the day with Zig. I remember him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's my man's. But yeah, man, we're here to break it all down. Guys, we've been saying it since, I don't know, week one. The NFL season is flying by, and now it actually has flown by.
Now it's done.
It's over. It's over. This is the last regular season week that we have on our dockets, and I will say it's a little somber, man. It's that time. I mean, you know, we'll have I got a couple more weeks on the Podbean platform, so you know, we'll break down some playoff slates as best as we can, and you know, if there's money to be won, why not get the information from us to help you win said money? Shout out to, you know, Baker last week getting on that Tom Brady train, which hopefully led you to the Mike Evans, who break the slate. You know, none of us, unfortunately, were on Devontae Adams, but neither was even Devontae Adams himself. So, I mean, shout out to the 0.1% of players that actually played him in their Jarrett Stidham stacks. And my apologies to the Jarrett Stidham family for besmirching his name last week. That was on me, and I sincerely apologize. But we're covering the main slate this week, and there is no Jarrett Stidham as he plays on Saturday. We won't harp on those games, even though they do have implications for Sunday. We're not going to break them down. We're kind of mentioning them in passing as we get to teams that are impacted by those two games. Really only two in particular, and it comes to seeding, which is going to be the Bills and the Bengals to compete for that number one spot. But other than that, the division's on the line for the South. Jacksonville and Tennessee. In my opinion, Jacksonville should probably win that game, but hell, if we see vintage King Henry, he might drop 250 and 3, and ain't nothing we can do about it. But either way, someone's, you know, I'd rather see Trevor Lawrence. You know, I want to see this new crop, this new batch of premier quarterbacks, and I think Trevor Lawrence is coming to his own. And I'm very happy to see the development. You know, who would have known that Urban Meyer was holding him back? Who would have known? Just weird. It's weird. But I'm joined tonight in the deli by two of my cohorts, two of my better friends in this universe. Chill, Baker, welcome back to the deli. Chill, how's everything going tonight, man?
It's going. Looking to get a little weird on this slate. I don't think we have very high total games here.
Huh,
So,
no.
it's an entertaining slate. So I'll be curious to see what actually wins out this week, and ready to dive on in.
Baker or Scar, how's everything going, man?
I will gladly accept the Scar nickname there because, well, Scar's the best character in Lion King. Just gonna throw it out there. But I am fantastic. Unfortunately, no takedown. We did finish top 20. We got in the top 20. We didn't get all the way to the top this past week, and this is my favorite week of the year. Not gonna lie, favorite freaking week of the year because there's nothing you can do in a lineup that is like, oh, that's stupid. You can just go all the way the fuck off the board and have fun.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, we gotta pay attention to motivations, contract incentives, etc., that can create these lineups because if you get on players that actually play all 4 quarters, you're probably ahead of the field.
Absolutely.
So we get to break that down today. And, I actually was going to go game by game, but I think I'm still going to stick with position by position and mention those teams that aren't going to be playing for much that have already came out and said they're going to rest their starters and certain playoff situations that will lean into other motivations of playing players. So we can go ahead and break that down as we get to it. So if you don't know what we do here at the DFS Deli, where the hell have you been for the past 17 weeks? You know?
Losing money. That's what they've been doing.
You're probably not wrong about that. We got sports betting in Ohio. Welcome, chill. I heard you was in them betting streets last week, doing pretty good.
Dude, I was. I took down an extra 500 big ones. I got 8 out of 10 of my first time anytime touchdowns right. I got a couple spreads right. I got a couple money lines right. Yesterday I was actually 4 points away from 5 grand on a 6 something parlay in the NBA. If Trey Young would have got 25 points, I would have been golden. I would have won 6 grand. So I'm having fun with it. So yeah, it's entertaining.
Dabbing in the NBA streets. I mean, it's
yeah. I mean, like I had free vouchers because I like FanDuel and DraftKings are just giving away so much free money to get you, incentivized. So I had just a free $150 voucher that I said, fucking YOLO. It's not my money. So yeah, I was just 4 points away because I had a parlay in the Hawks Kings game.
Interesting. Baker, are you with them? Are you with them betting streets yet?
I am not in those betting streets. I know it's kind of shocking to hear. I will join the betting streets at a really weird time though. Come WrestleMania season is when I will join those betting streets.
Man, you might as well get on them streets now, man. Get in that Royal Rumble season. It's prime wrestling season. We are on the road to WrestleMania, dog.
We haven't had the Rumble yet, so we're not on the road yet.
We're on the road to the Rumble.
We may have started the car, but we're not on the road yet. This is like Russell Wilson when y'all said he was cooking. No, he put salt in the water and boiled it. He was not cooking.
he's prepping.
He's just prepping, man. He's just prepping.
Like what I was just doing before we jumped on here, that was cooking. Got my salmon on my stove right now, so the second we finish, I got dinner. Russell Wilson never did that.
Baker, are you getting back in the meal prep streets, or are you just cooking just to be cooking?
My meal prep, my meal prep game is not all the way there because I just don't have the patience to do it every week. I really don't.
You just need to set aside like 2 hours out of your damn week, and you're done.
Well, the great thing is since I work in food and beverage, I can literally just cook my own food at work, so I don't have to meal prep to take food to work and things of that nature. So I'm just like, I'm like, chicken, grill. I can figure something out.
Well, Baker, convenient that you said that, because if you don't have the time to do meal prep, you can always use today's sponsor, HelloFresh. Now, HelloFresh delivers fresh, prepped, cooked meals to your door, at your doorstep, on a weekly basis. And guess what? The first 3 meals are free if you sign up with the promo code DELI. That is DELI at checkout at HelloFresh. We are not a paid advertisement. That was just a joke. But if you're listening to HelloFresh, we would love to be sponsors of your show. See how that transition works?
So
See how that works?
You said that so convincing, had me think. I'm like, hold on, we don't have sponsors,
but we could. Baker,
I'm just waiting on my Manscaped 5.0.
I ain't shit yet. So I'm just trying to work on these plugs, man, because next year I feel like the Deli's gonna take off. You know what I'm saying? We got our loyal fan base, and it's gonna branch out to a bigger fan base. And eventually we could but we could branch out to other topics. You don't have to be DFS centric. We know a lot about wrestling. We know a lot about the real world. We can get into a lot of different things, man.
Are you talking about the show The Real World, or
no? Okay. No. When was that last show? Like 15 years ago?
Something like that. I mean, that's where the Miz comes from. Hello. Wrestling, real world, just putting it all together.
Full circle. I like that.
I got you, fam. I got you.
All right, guys. Well, let's break it down. Not D-Generation X style. We're talking about the slate, main slate, Sunday, Big 13 gamer. And we're going to start at, of course, the signal caller position, quarterbacks. And there's a lot of intriguing options, especially when it comes to different time spots that these guys are playing in. So for the most part, they put all the games that need to be played, like they can't depend on other teams, at 4:00, which is okay, with the exception of the Seahawks, who, if they win, the Lions are out. But Dan Campbell came out and said that we're playing our guys regardless, basically as if we can't get in, y'all can't get in either. So they're going to play hard, play all their guys to try to stick it to Green Bay. As DeJean would say, Daddy's coming home and he controls his own destiny now, going against that Lions. But as we've seen a guy like Aaron Rodgers' track record, he still has yet to post a DraftKings score over 21 points. If he ain't done it yet, he ain't doing it now. I don't give a damn about this matchup. I really don't. So I ain't playing Aaron Rodgers this week. Jared Goff continues to drop bombs every week, but his stacking partners have been sketchy. 2 weeks ago, it was Zylstra. Last week, it was our client, Barack Wright. A little DeAndre Swift action. I don't know who you could trust in that game. But as Chill mentioned off air, who we think we can trust in probably, on a service level, the most emotionally charged game on the slate is Josh Allen hosting the New England Patriots. Now, the Chiefs play on Saturday, and they could lock up the number 1 seed because it was announced that this Bills Bengals game is not being played. It's off the books. They're done. So if the Chiefs win, they're locked into the 1 seed because of one less game. If they somehow lose, the Bills and the Bengals still have potential to be the number 1 seed. But Josh Allen's going to play for that 2 seed. And Chill, I'll start with you on this breakdown. Why do you think, and according to ownership projections, it looked like Josh Allen's going to be the man when it comes to ownership. Everybody's going to go to him. I was scared a little bit, but can you convince me again why Josh Allen is a top-tier play for Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, they still have something to play for here. Obviously, it becomes a little more intriguing if Kansas City were to lose that game. But they're still playing for seeding here. At this point, I still believe they could be the 2 seed. So it would give them back-to-back home games, which is nice. So at this point, it's mostly based off of seeding. Also, you're keeping out a division rival. They're playing at home. And then obviously being emotionally charged with Damar Hamlin. They're gonna want to put points on the board for him. And plus, I mean, in this defense, like this defense is gonna just be super hyped when they go out there. Like, good luck, Mac Jones.
Yeah, I'm with it. Baker, do you agree with Chill on the sentiment when it comes to Josh Allen? And after you get your Josh Allen take, there's another business that's opening once again on Sunday. Do you have any interest in the one that hurts?
Well, one, as you mentioned, the Hurt business. WWE continues to tease the return of the actual Hurt business.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, they've been. It's been a tease for a couple weeks now. Bobby Lashley is off TV right now because he's quote unquote fired. So,
oy vey. Okay.
And then I think on this past Raw they had Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Cedric Alexander. They were like just in the background while something else was going on in the foreground, just kind of talking all together. So I think the actual Hurt business, wrestling wise, is coming back. But as far as fantasy, I am definitely interested in the Hurt business, as it looks like he's going to be on track to play. Especially considering if everybody's going to Josh Allen, and I get the reason why. If we're matching ceiling for ceiling, there's two people who can match ceilings on the slate. It's Josh Allen and it's Jalen Hurts. So from that perspective, if there's a considerable ownership difference there, Jalen Hurts becomes a fantastic play. I know you're not going to agree with this, Ellie, because of the fact you're you. But I think Kirk Cousins is in play. Even though Minnesota has nothing to play for, correct me if I'm wrong, there's been no word they're going to rest or pull people after the second quarter. We all feel like they're going to go after this record for Jay Jetta, so it's going to be coming off the right arm of Kirko. And if Buffalo's playing for the 2 seed, Cincinnati could potentially be playing for the 2 seed as well. So I think Joe Burrow, the second best quarterback in the AFC, potentially, I'm saying, is also in play.
I mean, they're playing for the division, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, they're playing. I mean, like they're laying everything out regardless of seeding.
Oh, yeah.
They want that damn division.
They didn't lock up the division because of the Monday game.
Yes, sir. So I'll piggyback off Kirk Cousins. So he needs 2 touchdowns to have, I think, how many consecutive 30 touchdown seasons? Whatever the case is, I know he wants that. And I think that because Chicago has announced that they're resting everybody, basically, they can go out and do whatever they want. So I think it's going to be a matter of like what happens in the first half. So let's say Jay Jetta has like, I don't know, a hundo, like quarter and a half maybe. Then I think they just go balls to the wall and say, screw it. You're getting 20 targets and let's get this record. If that doesn't happen, then I think they sit all their asses. Like I think they're just going to be done. And with Kirk Cousins, because of that, he has one stacking partner. You're not double stacking this. It's him, Jay Jetta, and that's it. End of list.
Walk the hell away.
Right. So, and with Jalen Hurts, it's a tale of 2 halves, right? So I think Philly is going to try and get up very quickly and get the hell out of there, because the Giants have already said we ain't playing nobody. So do whatever you want. I don't care. So if they can get up, 21 at the half, they're done. I mean, they have no reason to play. The Giants don't have any reason to. They're done, which impacts the 49ers game and the Dallas game. So if we were considering, well, I know Brock Purdy, but CMC, we'll get to it. But if they look up at the scoreboard and see Philly up 21-0, they're probably done. Now, you know what? Seeding's over. We're good. So in my opinion, either you go with the narrative with Jalen Hurts is going to get everything done in the first half. I think A.J. Brown needs 3 touchdowns to tie Terrell Owens' 11 touchdown record for the Eagles. So, I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibilities, but hell, we saw what Mike Evans did last week. So there's that. So that could be a potential stack. I think the Slim Reaper needs a handful of catches and a few yards for 1,000. So he's there for a little bit of incentive. So, I mean, yeah, I'm with you, Baker. If we're talking a team that could run it up in the first half, sign me up for the Hurt business. But again, as far as like a full game perspective, I think it's Josh Allen and it's running away. I mean, I really feel this Buffalo Bills team is going to come out and like Chill said, good luck to everybody in the Patriots side. Y'all are about to get stamped out.
I could
Period.
honestly see a world where Jalen Hurts plays the whole game, because if it's all right, we're up, right? Well, we have a bye week. He's coming off injury, so health-wise shouldn't be an issue.
He's not 100%. I don't think he's 100%, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think he is either.
I just don't think they have faith in Gardner Minshew to get them the W.
Well, Gardner Minshew should be our president. Let's start off there. Gardner Minshew for president.
He lost at home to the Saints, Baker.
He won me a lot of money, Joe.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Looked great.
What happened last week?
What the fuck happened last week?
Hey, we did not have Gardner Minshew last week, even though I said I probably would. I didn't end up doing that. But what I did have 2 weeks ago was Gardner Minshew, when Gardner Minshew took it down for me. So I will forever be indebted to one Gardner Minshew.
Baker, that was 2 weeks ago. We don't care. That'd be like Sully chalking up Amari Cooper right now.
I mean, Sully still loves him some Amari Cooper for what happened 27 years ago.
Hey, listen. Okay, first of all, Baker, you and I both know that we were Amari Cooper fans. You so more than me before that big bink.
Absolutely.
After that, I've been screaming and defending Amari Cooper every second of the fucking day, especially when guys like Dejan keep bashing our boy. And look at the season. Look at the season he's having with the shitties, damn it. Look.
I mean, as I've been saying since his rookie year, Sully, he's a Hall of Famer.
You know what? By the end of his career, he might be a Hall of Famer, like legitimately. Anywho, go on with your point about the Eagles and if you think Jalen Hurts going, because I don't think I'm with Chill. I don't think the Hurt business plays the entire game. There's just no way.
Random news that just came to my phone, non-football related. Vince McMahon unretired?
Yes.
He's looking to come back to sell the company.
Yeah, he's gonna sell the company.
As long as he's not in control of creative in any way, shape, or form, I don't care.
No, dude, those board members want him nowhere near the company.
Nor should they.
Anywhere near it.
I mean, screw what he did for wrestling. That's all fine and dandy. He's a piece of shit.
Well, he's an old guy with money who just wanted sex, so let's call it like how it is. Like, he's no different than Robert Kraft, helping out those poor Asian.
I was just, that's the name I was thinking of. I was like, who's the other old guy? Yeah, Robert Kraft. Yep. There it is.
Though I like Jalen Hurts, and I think there's a chance that he does play the whole game, if I'm going completely, and I mean completely the hell off the board in one of these weeks that, we can get funky with it. We can get jiggy with it, like we're back in the 90s. Can I interest you in Andy Dalton?
Yes.
Yes.
I was expecting with you, Sully.
You pair him up with Sully's brother and you call it a day.
No. Now Olave does have he's how many yards away from 1,000?
I don't care. They can't cover the deep ball. And your brother, all he does is run a streak.
I mean, they can't cover anybody.
Hey, Air Yards Olave, let's not forget that was his nickname early in the year. Air Yards Olave.
I mean, but yes, there is incentive there.
But yeah, I think Andy Dalton would be all right, let's get weird with this. And let's as a cheaper quarterback too. So if I wanted to play the Justin Jeffersons of the world, I could definitely get there.
Can I interest you in Tom Brady? Oh.
Shut up.
Is that Spanish for Kyle Trask?
I'm not playing soccer. But like the thing is that this week we're gonna have so many rando quarterbacks. One of these dudes that are like next to nothing, that are basically free when it comes to prices. One of these dudes, a la old boy from last week for the Raiders, can drop 303 and win somebody a tournament. Who that person is this week, I don't know yet.
Nate Peterman?
But that's for a different show for a different day.
Nate Peterman.
No, it's not Nate Peterman.
You had me at Minnesota. Just saying.
Dude, all I'm saying is freaking Minnesota's
defense
might be the chalk.
Yeah, so we learned last week, Sully, if Minnesota's defense is the chalk, just play the quarterback going against it, even though Nate Peterman has a game with like 27 interceptions in it.
Well,
Who's
Aaron Rodgers didn't. Well, the rushing touchdown may have put him over.
who's starting for the Giants, by the way?
Who cares? Are you playing anybody? Are you playing Kenny Galladay? Is that his stacking option?
Oh,
Hey, hey, let's get weird.
The backup in for the Giants is Ty God Taylor.
Ooh, ooh.
Don't do it.
Philly rest in the second half.
Don't do it.
Ooh,
Dude,
It's a
what
trap.
are you going back to team preseason? Come on, bro.
ooh. All
It's
right,
a trap.
Anywho, realistically,
It's a trap.
so we talked off air a little bit about Russell Wilson. Why not? The matchup is better.
It's
He's
his
at
first
home.
name Russell. It's his last name Wilson.
Dude, man, don't.
Dude, you know what? When it comes to Wilsons, I'd rather play the volleyball from Castaway,
Oh,
than
Wilson!
the one playing out in Denver. For freak's sake.
Wilson! Wilson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, give me the Wilson from Castaway versus Russell Wilson. We can make that prop bet on fantasy points this week, and I think I'll win.
I mean, they probably made the same amount of money. Like you take the box office and like compare it to Russell Wilson's contract. It's probably close.
Oh, Wilson, the volleyball made more.
Well, then Baker, your bet probably holds up. I'm just saying. I don't know. I think Chill convinced me to play a little Russell Wilson this week. I don't know, man. I just might have to pull the trigger.
I'll take Andy Dalton versus Russell Wilson.
Done. Sign me up.
I win. Dude, I win again.
So, I mean, like, there's just so many teams that could be laying down. I mean, speaking of laying down, like Houston, they're going to lay down. Indy has to do something to actually, like, win this game. Do you think they could tie 0-0?
No, Indy's gonna mess around and win.
Are they going to let Zach Moss just run for 150 and 2?
I can see it.
Just like, oh, I'm sorry. I tried to tackle you, but, you know. I mean, there is a little incentive in that game. I mean, we'll get there when we get to wide receivers, but I think Michael Pittman needs 3 catches for 100. And he doesn't have 1,000 yards.
That's mildly disturbing.
100 catches will not get 1,000 yards.
That's not even averaging 10 yards a catch.
That's amazing. That is so sad. Anyway, quarterbacks. Did we leave anybody off the list? Anybody else worth some consideration this week? Because I mean, I think we named the big players. I mean, like
if you're trying to play Team Jam 'em in, you're probably playing Desmond Riddler.
Or we could play a really good quarterback and just play Joe Burrow and like walk away.
You could.
You could definitely do that.
You could definitely do that.
Just saying, just throwing it out there. Anybody else we missed before we run over to running back?
Mike White.
This Mike White thing has to stop, man.
I just love Mike White.
Like he's just not good.
We can
let's just accept that he's not good.
We can go to running back now. I just wanted to say his name. That's all I want to do is just say his name.
I mean, Seattle still has something to play for. So, I mean, Gino's probably viable.
I mean, Gino only needs like 160 yards to pass Russell Wilson for the single season record for the Seahawks.
I mean, they're at home. They're at home playing the Rams too, and obviously they have something to play for. So
he's the best quarterback in Seattle history.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Actually, no, he's second.
He's not behind Matt Hasselbeck.
Matt Hasselbeck.
Well, he's not even in my top 3. I got Russ, Matt Hasselbeck, Tavares Jackson.
No.
Rest in peace, Tavares. That was my guy.
Yo, not Tavares, bro.
Tavares Jackson.
Yo.
I might take Matt Flynn over Gino, you know?
I mean, he does still have the Packers single game passing touchdown record. Like Aaron Rodgers, who? Matt fucking Flynn.
There was no DFS back then.
Hey, man, didn't that happen the last week of the fucking season?
Yeah, and they played the Lions at home.
Someone's gonna do that on Sunday. I don't know who, but someone's gonna earn them a fucking chunk of change because they just ghosted some freaking team that ain't playing.
You ain't wrong.
Dude, I need to look at this quarterback list again. Who could actually be eligible to do that?
I mean, like I said, man, I'll take the Riddler against Tampa Bay's second team.
Oh,
I will take Andy Dalton against Carolina's first team.
Watch it just be Kenny Pickett because boots on the ground.
Bro, there's no way that's accurate.
What?
Is Tampa Bay's backup actually Blaine Gabbert?
I think Kyle Trask is starting though.
But Blaine
Dude,
Gabbert is
Gabbert. If it's Blaine
think,
Gabbert, I'm fucking playing Blaine Gabbert. I'm sorry.
I think they said they're starting Trask. I could be wrong. Let me double check.
I hope it's Blaine Gabbert. Just please be Blaine Gabbert. While you check that, we can go over to running back. Interesting slate when it comes to the running back position.
Lock in Ken Walker. Like, don't get cute.
Yeah, Ken Walker needs how many yards to get his 1,000?
I'm not even looking at how much, like, in the incentive aspect. It's a team that has to play versus, Chill and Dale pointed out last week how the Rams have been bleeding points to running backs lately, especially with no Aaron Donald. And then Austin Eckler goes absolutely dummy on them last week. So,
yeah, Ken Walker's an outstanding play this week. I 100% agree. I think the Seahawks win this game, and I think they put the pressure on Green Bay to handle their business, which puts even more pressure on the Lions to play, like, spoiler, which is going to be hilarious. So, I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it 100%. Looks like CMC is going to be the chalk, but again, I have my reservations about CMC. Obviously, like I said, they look up at Philly's score and they'd be like, you know what? We're done. And call it a day. And then everything you got in the first half, that's it.
Excuse me.
You're good. Dalvin Cook, I have my reservations about too, because again, I think this game is 100% focused on Jay Jetta. If they're not doing that, who else is getting the damn ball? So my reservations there. I'm just going to probably avoid that situation. Najee Harris against Cleveland. Pittsburgh's still incentivized to win this game because they still have an outside chance of actually getting in the playoffs. And it didn't come to fruition last week, but this Cleveland defense against the run is still sauce. Pittsburgh is at home, and they need this win. I mean, period.
If the Commanders would have started Taylor Heineke, it would have been a totally different game. I don't know what Ron Rivera was smoking.
Like, Ron Rivera didn't know his team got eliminated from the playoffs until the post-game press conference.
Like, he knew, right? Like, I saw that interview. Like, he wasn't trolling, right?
Nah, like, he had no idea.
Oh,
I'm convinced he had no idea.
Listen, the man dealt with cancer. I'm not going to talk bad about him. But damn.
Totally convinced he had no fucking idea.
Aside, I think the Carson Wentz play last week was an ownership thing, not a Rivera thing.
I mean, Taylor Heineke hadn't been playing great either, but
they played for him.
That's true.
Like, they rallied behind Tyler.
I saw a funny thing. It's like nobody rallies around like a bad quarterback like the Commanders fans do with Taylor Heineke.
Dude, that's pretty accurate, actually.
When I was still a fan of that team, I loved Taylor Heineke.
He's so bad.
Point proven.
So from what I saw, Tom Brady's gonna start the game, but Gabbert or Trask could come in later.
So Tom Brady's just gonna loosen up the old shoulder and then get on out of there?
Yeah, so like the starters will play, but for how long? Question mark.
So it's a bona fide preseason game. Got it.
Yes.
So another running back on the opposite side of that Najee Harris play is Nick Chubb. I think he needs 50 for 1,500, and he's got an outside chance of the rushing title.
No way. How? Well, we'll know what he needs to get because Jacobs leads the league in yards.
Correct.
Right?
He's behind Josh Jacobs.
Is King Henry?
King Henry needs like 200 something, which is very possible. But without him playing that last game, it kind of puts him behind the 8 ball. But yeah, Nick Chubb still has a realistic shot of doing that. Not saying it could come to fruition against Pittsburgh, but if any way that the Browns can try and stick it to the Steelers, it's going to be through the running game. So, I mean, you talk about incentive, just to get that and have an outside chance for winning Russian title. Nick Chubb could make an interesting play. And Tyler Algier needs another 100-yard performance to get his 1,000. And this is going to be against Tampa's backups. So, I mean, Tyler Algier probably going to be chalky, but I think that's probably good chalk. Like him and Ken Walker are probably going to be my most populated running backs. Then followed by, Najee Harris and maybe sprinkle in, unfortunately, I might play Zach Moss. I mean, it is Houston. Houston's going to lay the fuck down.
What about Cam Akers?
I just, I don't know, man. How did the Jets running backs do against Seattle last week?
I don't know if they did much, but
I mean, they scored 6 damn points. They didn't do shit. So,
But I mean, Seattle ranks 17th against the run, 23rd in tackling, 24th in run defense DVOA, and allowing the 7th most fantasy points to running backs over the last 5 weeks. And Cam Akers has been on a tear.
Except for last week.
No, he had a good week. He still had like 17 fantasy points, ran over 100.
Oh, fair. I apologize.
I mean, well, maybe on FanDuel, it's probably a decision at a 7,300. On DraftKings, he's only 6,200.
Yeah, on FanDuel, it's really not a decision. I'm not playing him because Ken Walker's 7,700. So I'm just going to find that $400.
Yeah, well, on DraftKings, it's even not more of a decision because he's only 200. Ken Walker's only $200 more.
Bruh, just play Ken Walker. My God, just play Ken Walker.
But I really do like the Najee Harris take. He's probably my favorite running back on the slate this week.
Fair. Baker, I'll kick it to you after you're the Ken Walker take. Who else are you targeting at running back?
I don't know yet.
Okay, thanks for coming prepared.
It's not that I'm not prepared, you dickwagon. It's just that there's still so much in the air. Like you mentioned Zach Moss, who's popping in the Sims right now, popping in the Optimals right now.
Well, let's get in.
He's the number 2 running back behind one Christian McCaffrey right now. Najee Harris, you brought up, top 5. Alvin Kamara, top 5. I mean, I guess Alvin Kamara would be an interesting play if I'm potentially interested in that game, which makes
not with the American Sniper still there.
Damn right. Weapon X is looming, buddy.
I mean, this is the reason I haven't played Alvin Kamara all year. I literally haven't played him once. I saw Taysom Hill week 1 or 2, and I'm like, nope, we're not getting involved in that.
Yeah, that'll do it, buddy. That'll do it.
But there's so when it comes to all the incentives, who's playing, who's not playing, especially at the running back position, this is going to be a value week at running back, flat out. I don't see much value in playing a Christian McCaffrey, even though it's a fantastic matchup. There's going to be such value that opens up in, random running back for the Colts or random running back for the Eagles is going to score, they're going to score 2-3 touchdowns, and you're going to be like, oh, fuck? Like, would it be surprising if Kenneth Gainwell came out of nowhere and had a monster day? No.
In the second half, he will probably.
Would it be surprising? Who's also not playing for anything? Dallas. Who's Dallas' 3rd string running back?
Oh, shucks. The dude that had all that toke on that Thursday game.
Malik Davis.
Yeah. Thank you.
Would it be shocking if, Dallas is like, all right, let's get everybody out of here because we see the fact that Philly's not doing it, or Philly's about to win this game. Let's just be done. And Malik Davis runs for 100 yards and a touch. Wouldn't be surprised. So up until there's a little bit more word on what teams potentially are going to try to do, that's what's really going to shake out this running back slate for me. So it's not the fact that I'm not prepared, you dickwagon. It's just that there's still so much unknown.
Baker, what if I said that Philly's going to be up 21-0 at half, right? Mm-hmm. And the 49ers decide to rest their guys, and CMC comes off the field and enter Jordan Mason. And
it
Jordan
is not
Mason
about the numbers,
goes.
Masons.
Dude,
But
it's
is San
numbers.
Francisco going to rest their guys because they still need to win that game to get the 2 seed, right?
Correct. Yeah, San Francisco
I mean,
loses and Minnesota wins. Minnesota gets the 2 seed.
Minnesota's winning. I mean, there ain't no if. Minnesota's winning.
Correction. San Francisco has to win to keep the 2 seed after Minnesota wins at 1:00.
So maybe they won't bubble wrap CMC. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't.
I mean,
So
maybe
in
the thought process of bubble wrap CMC or starters getting pulled may depress his ownership. Maybe.
Nah, people playing CMC, dog.
We said the same thing last week, and he was not as owned as we thought.
Great point. Chill, go ahead with your running back takes, buddy.
Yeah, I think if I was going to pick either like my favorite 2 high price running backs this week would probably be Austin Eckler and Dalvin Cook. I only like Eckler here. If Baltimore somehow does beat the Bengals, like the Chargers actually have to play. And with the Broncos corners, I think Austin Eckler here will get. I think he'll kind of maybe go back to getting more receptions out of the backfield. I know that kind of
He
depressed.
needs more.
Well, it kind of regressed back to the norm, or maybe a little bit under the norm because of the Keenan Allen and Mike Williams coming back. But Denver is good against the pass, so I do expect he could get a little more yardage there. And Chicago is really bad against the run. Should we just be playing Dalvin Cook?
It's like I mentioned earlier. Like, I think the Vikings got 1 goal and 1 goal only. Get J Jet a record.
I get it. But Chicago is so bad against the run.
He could get accidentally bust out like an 80-yard touchdown and be like, oh, my bad.
I mean, in their first game, he had 121 total yards and 2 touchdowns, where the Bears defense actually existed.
Did they exist? Did they?
Hey, over the second half of the season, they're ranked 32nd in the run, 27th in tackling, and 30th in run defense DVOA.
Okay. Perhaps. I would consider it.
But, I mean, you guys already mentioned it. I like Najee Harris. I think he comes in at a very affordable price, getting a lot of the volume, playing at home. Tyler Algier playing at home against the Bucs defense. More incentive there. I think Zach Moss by the end of the week should be probably the most chalk running back on the slate, I would think. So, depending on who you play at quarterback, you might not need to get some of these lower price guys, but if you're going to play like a Burrow or a Hurts or something, then they might make more sense.
I get it. Anybody else we missed before you head over to wide receiver and slap that in the face?
Justin Jefferson?
I said before we head to wide receiver.
No, I was just giving my wide receiver take. That's it. You don't have to ask me. That's it.
Okay. All right, I guess we'll head there. If records are your thing, then yes, just go ahead and lock in Jay Jetta. If they're not, you can play some other guys. So, like we mentioned, motivation. Steph Diggs. If you're going to pair up Josh Allen, he's going to be showing out this game. For his teammate DeMar, and is just one of those things where if we think that the Patriots are going to absolutely get slaughtered, which they will, I think Steph Diggs is going to be a big part of that. And when it comes to, like I said, ownership, he's going to be about half, if not less than that, of what Jay Jetta already is. So, I mean, if you're a records guy, go ahead with Jay Jetta. If you're an incentive guy, motivation, whatever, I think Steph Diggs is number one with a bullet. If you can find a way to get both a M, I would recommend it. If you could jam those guys in, I would. Because, I mean, on the cheaper end, you got, like Chill mentioned earlier, a guy like Rashid Shaheed. Shout out to my little brother. You know what I'm saying? Not actually my brother, unless my father was renamed at a certain point, which he probably was because he was a whore. But other than that, I mean, there's different guys on this slate that could potentially match the ceilings of those two. And as we mentioned, if we're going to be throwing in a little Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins are going to be a part of that. I think those guys potentially have the ceiling to do it. If we like other quarterbacks, like we said, like Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett's back. I think he's got a couple. I think he's almost at 1,000 or something like that for his receiving yards. So he's probably going to play, to full potential or whatnot. DK Metcalf doesn't get the sauce this week. So, he gets a worse cornerback matchup. Worse one. I mean, an easier one, I should say.
Sully,
huh? What's up?
You shut your fucking mouth.
Okay. I'll move on. I digress. And I think just what you said, Baker, about the running back position, value is going to be popping up at the receiver position, because if you want to stuff in guys like Jay Jetta and Steph Diggs or, Jamar Chase, you have a lot of pay down option because there's a lot of backups that are playing this week. I mean, look at Tampa Bay. Once their big guys go out, Scotty Miller, anyone? Salary saver? Just saying.
I got two guys that are probably solid salary relief.
Go on.
Chris Moore for Houston.
Dude.
The Colts have been so bad against fantasy production, the slot wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb, 5 for 71, touchdown. KJ Osborne, Sully knows what he did. Keenan Allen had 11 for $104. Richie James had 7 for 76 and a touchdown. Chris Moore's averaging about 7 targets a game. Could be even more volume because you figure that Stephon Gilmore might just shadow Brandon Cooks. Greg Dortch has essentially become the primary slot wide receiver here, and DeAndre Hopkins is out. He's 3,800 on DraftKings. You mentioned your little brother. Could be good there. If you're somebody who believes in the rookie to rookie connection, Jahan Dotson from Sam Howell, that would be the guy to throw 6 touchdowns. Sam Howell playing the Cowboys defense, and especially if Philadelphia gets up by 40 and Dallas checks out, that'd be the guy. Sam Howell.
Well, chill. I'm locking it in. I'm definitely making a millionaire maker team with Sam Howell. Book it.
But those guys are pretty cheap. If worth taking a shot here. Do we try to make Gabe Davis a thing one more time?
No.
Baker, I thought you were done with your receiver takes.
Sorry, I had one more because Chill wanted to bring up a terrible receiver's name. Don't you dare play Gabe Davis.
Oh, does anybody know if Debo's coming back to play this week? Because if he does, nobody's playing Debo Samuel.
And neither am I.
If he doesn't, just load up Brandon Ayuk again.
Fair.
So good. Good.
And let's not forget, I mean, Miami is not very good against the pass. So I Garrett Wilson, I think, is very much in play here as well.
You didn't have to say against the pass. You could have just stopped at Miami's not very good.
That too. I mean, listen, when you're 8-3 and you're probably going to miss the playoffs. Actually, those coaches are coaching for their jobs, I think, so they might win here.
Oh, your head coach, he's fine. He's not going anywhere.
Baker, they wanted Sean Payton and Tom Brady last season. Guess who is available this season? Sean Payton, and Tom Brady. He'll pull out the checkbook for Sean Payton, and then you're gonna tell Sean Payton, here, you get Tyreek Hill, Waddle, and Brady.
And then they immediately trade for Taysom Hill.
Bang!
Not wrong.
Because that would happen.
Just to go on a little bit of a Dolphins tangent here, I don't see how Tua's the starter next year unless if they get into the playoffs and he, heaven forbid, would have at this point they would have to beat the Bills, right? If we figure Kansas City's winning, so Tua's going to go back up to Buffalo and beat Buffalo, who's still going to be on an emotional high. I don't see it.
Hey, listen, man. Let me tell you this right now. If and when, God willing, that young man survives, and if he gets out of the hospital and he attends those Bills games, nobody is beating the Bills. Nobody. God will not let anyone beat the Bills. So Tua can do whatever the hell he wants. The Bills are your fucking Super Bowl champs. I'm sorry. It ain't gonna happen. And
So
only person that can beat a god is a goat. So if I get my Super Bowl prediction correct, you will see Tom Brady versus Josh Allen. Even though I called the Bills to win the Super Bowl, if Tom Brady somehow gets out of the NFC, holy shit. I'm done with football. I'm just done. I'm just fucking done. I'm sick of that guy.
And I don't know if you mentioned Jamar Chase, but the Bengals guys are obviously in play.
I did.
What about one Sedarius Lamb?
Well, Baker has a special place in his heart for Sedarius Lamb.
He does. Baker definitely has. I mean, inside of the Minshew tattoo that I'm gonna get, it might say CD in there somewhere.
Respect.
Yeah, I mean, those are probably the guys I like this week. I mean, if you want to get really gross, do you just play somebody like Deontay Johnson?
Gross.
I mean,
hey, chill. Did you mention your boy Drake London?
Oh yeah, in my Riddler stacks, yeah, Drake London.
Okay,
that would be the guy to play. I forgot Drake.
Can we get off this Drake London shit?
Oh, and probably the Philly guys are in play as well.
Yeah, like, seriously, man. If no one's gonna play AJ Brown, I'm in. I'm in. I'm the fuck in.
Nobody plays AJ Brown
except for the week when it gets tight as Tennessee, because everybody played him that week.
Yes. And we said on this show, the one guy you lock in for this week is AJ fucking Brown.
That was another You Up show.
It was. Definitely was.
But can we please stop this Drake London shit? Please.
No. Baker, he's cheap and he's getting there based on price.
And again, they're playing all their backups, bro. The backups are playing.
All right, they're playing the backups. What the hell does Atlanta do? Run. You think they're going to change that? No.
But so he only throws to one guy.
But seriously, there's no ceiling, in my humble opinion, for Drake London right now. Is he a great player? I think the ceiling.
In comparison to price, who are you playing in that price range that you predict would have a ceiling? He's by far getting the most volume out of that price range. Am I wrong?
But is it the best opportunity in that price range? I think that's the better question.
I mean,
all jokes aside, I might go down a couple $100 and rather play Raheed Shaheed, or however the hell you say his name.
I'm not against that. And I'm not against that, but as a one-off, or if you're playing Riddler, I don't see how you just don't pair him up with Drake London.
I mean, on FanDuel, sorry, Baker, it's a little discussion because he's $200 cheaper than Chris Olave. I'd rather find the $200 to get up to him. Jacoby Myers, same range.
Baker, you're coming off of his last 4 games as 12 targets, 11 targets, 9 targets, 8 targets.
But not all targets are created equal, Chill.
Yeah, but you want volume.
You do want volume, but what are the targets?
And they're a home favorite.
But what are the targets that help us get to the top? We want downfield, red zone. Are those included in his targets?
But again, at that price range, if you're gonna play Shaheed, then that's fine. I won't argue against that. And maybe one other guy I would give you is maybe Cortland Sutton, because I do like the Broncos guys here.
Dude, yes,
but that's another guy. The targets that I need, Cortland doesn't get.
I disagree with that.
He ain't got him all year. That's why he's been.
He was hurt
in the games he's played. He's not got downfield and red zone targets. Those are the targets that we need. Those are the targets that we want.
So the only person in this that you're going to argue for here is Shaheed, because I think everybody else is basically equal.
Or it just says stay the hell out of that price range because it's not good.
Well, if you're staying out of this price range, then then you're playing 2 running backs below $5K.
It just means I'm either going all the way up at wide receiver or all the way the fuck down.
How much further are you going down?
Oh, we're going dumpster diving in week 17.
Again, Scotty Miller, dog. Scotty Miller.
Before Scotty Miller, I'd play Russell Gage.
Or sorry, week 18. But like, there's dumpster diving to do here, Chill. We can find some strange shit to sit.
Yeah, I think I just feel more comfortable with London. The volume's there.
This is going to sound weird. This is going to sound weird coming from me, and I don't like this dude. As I just said no to him, I'd rather play Gabe Davis. Because at least I know where the ceiling game is for Gabe Davis. Yeah, is it consistent? Fuck no. But I understand. If Gabe Davis has a ceiling game, I'm taking something down. If Drake London has a ceiling game, what's his ceiling? 15? Best case scenario, 20? Like, extreme best. He hasn't put up a 20-point game all year. So you mean to tell me that his ceiling is going to give the takedown?
Again, Baker, he's 4,900.
But the man
you're not looking for a ceiling game out of somebody that's 4,900.
I'm looking for a ceiling game out of everybody that I roster.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're playing $2,500 tight end. You ain't looking for 30.
Yeah. As somebody who doesn't pay up at tight end or defense, no, the fuck you're not.
I'm looking
absolutely
for
not.
I'm looking. Well, the ceiling game for my tight ends a lot of times is score a touchdown. That's my ceiling. Let's be real. But yeah, I don't get the love the past couple weeks. Like Drake London's been a pretty popular.
He's been fine.
Heavily talked up. He's been fine, but I want to win. I don't want my cash. If sure, I can play Drake London in a cash game. Sure, the cash game grinder bros play Drake London. Fine, do that.
Baker, in the field contest you play in, you don't have to have the nuts.
I don't have to have the nuts, but I still need ceiling, Chill.
I mean,
you can miss on one or two.
No, the fuck I can't.
Yes, you can.
Baker, can we all agree, and Chill, can we all agree that we've spent way too much time talking about Drake fucking London?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to a position we're going to spend even less time on.
I can yell about chilling his dumbass Atlanta freaking players, okay? I can't do it till next year.
That's not actually, that is true, yes. That is true, yes.
I can't do it till next year where he's back on Kyle Pitts and whatever quarterback they have and their defense and running back and everything else in Atlanta because this man's talked to Atlanta all freaking season.
You want to bet that their quarterback next year is Ryan Tannehill?
I'd take those odds.
I'm not taking that bet because that probably could happen.
Yeah, that sounds like damn accurate.
Yeah. And then, Aaron Rodgers winds up in Tennessee.
Don't let that happen. Don't ever let that happen.
Don't let that happen.
Just put one more good quarterback in the AFC.
Yeah, as if they need any fucking more. Let's slide over to tight end and slap this in the face like super quick. Guys, just play Pat Freiermuth. Like just do that.
Actually, you know what tight end I don't mind? I do not mind Tyler Higbee.
I mean, honestly, you had me at Seattle, so yes.
Honestly, you just play whoever you want. If you want to play chalky Mark Andrews, I think that's fine. You want to play the Booth, that's fine. Brock Purdy, we all know, loves George Kittle, and Arizona quit playing football a couple weeks ago.
I think Brock Purdy has a George Kittle tattoo. I think he does.
Why not?
The last time George Kittle played Arizona, it was the primetime game, right? Where he fucking beat the shit out of him, right?
Yeah, I think it was Monday night.
Yeah, it was the Mexico game.
Yeah, he scored 3 touchdowns, was it? No, 2.
Yeah, so
he scored 2 touchdowns.
You want to play George Kittle, that's fine. Dallas Goedert might be a little sketchy because his targets really haven't been the same because Devonta Smith is getting more too.
What about Albert O?
Yes.
Yeah.
I almost played Albert O last week. Like, oh my God.
I should have.
Just because I don't care about the tight end position. That's why I should have. But clicking Broncos makes me sick to my stomach.
And that's fair.
Yeah, my pool is very, very small when it comes to tight end. I mean, yes, it's whoever you can fit. But, again, I always pay down. It's Muth. It's Dawson Knox if he goes. I wouldn't mind if you want to go to the other side of that Cleveland game and get some Njoku in your life. And I agree with Tyler Higbee as well because Seattle is sauce against the
I
tight
think
end.
Tyler Higbee could be a fun little mini with Ken Walker, who you should lock in. So
Agreed. 100% agree. That was fun.
see, we can spend an hour yelling about Drake London because the two segments following are tight end and defense. Everybody who listens to this show knows our take on those positions before we get there. Travis Kelce's not on the slate, so we're not going to talk about Travis Kelce. We don't care.
I mean, we haven't needed to talk about Travis Kelce for like 8 weeks, though.
Even if he was on the slate, I still don't need to fucking talk about Travis Kelce. I don't play that dude.
Fair point.
Big fact. Big facts. Big facts. Defense.
Minnesota's the chalk as of right now.
As they should be.
They
should be.
I have the 49ers as the chalk.
Versus David Blau. I could see that.
Dude. Called Mr. Blau.
Mr. Blau.
You know what? Time to lock in David Blau. It worked last week. Let's try it again. Run it back.
I mean, truthfully, I don't hate this take, but the Jets defense against possibly Skylar Thompson makes a lot of sense too.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Either defense in this Colts Texans game, since both teams don't care to actually try.
Teams are literally going to be trying to throw picks out there.
Pretty much. It's like, hey,
oops, oh, I'm sorry. But then there's gonna be so many dropped interceptions because they know what they're doing.
I'm actually okay with the Dolphins defense as well, because Miami's defense, when they're at home, they have home road splits like Jared Goff. So when their defense is at home, they tend to play better. So I'm not against that either.
I'll throw one last one out there since our pre-show conversation was about Josh Allen and his turnovers. The Patriots force a bunch of turnovers. So I guess the Patriots defense wouldn't be a bad pay down spot either.
I actually don't mind the Bills defense here either. Because again,
you had me at Mac Jones.
The emotional factor.
I don't care about the emotion. You had me at Mac Jones.
You had me at Mac Jones. Mac Jones is butt, bro. He is butt.
Like you bring in the emotional factor of it, like that just makes it that much better. But you had me at Mac Jones.
Yeah, I need to get on FanDuel Sportsbook for this weekend because I need to see the odds on Nate Peterman throwing a pick six. I will wager everything on that.
Like
everything.
You mentioned that you were probably going to look to try to buy a house sometime in the near future. Just put whatever money you're going to put down on the house. Nate Peterman pick six. Let's go.
Oh my god. It's probably even money.
Lord Jesus. If it's anywhere close to even money, that is so sad.
I know, right? That means you definitely lock in the Vikings defense because it's inevitability.
I am inevitable.
Yeah, that's Nate Peterman throwing a pick six. I am inevitable.
What is he, Matt Schaub?
And then he snaps his fingers and he's missing the fucking gauntlet. Just like he's going to be missing football.
Somehow the dude's still in the NFL and he's like been trash ever since he like ever played football. So,
and yes, Baker, he is still in the fucking NFL. Holy moly. Wow. All right, guys, we've come to the conclusion of the last regular season episode of the DFS Deli. If we want to do a contrarian show, which is like going to be the most weird fucking show of all damn time, I happen to be available on Saturday, or tomorrow, whatever, it doesn't matter. My kids go home tomorrow morning, so I got nothing but free time. I'm probably going to lock myself in the gym. So if anybody wants to like pry me out of there and record, that's great. We'll see you then. If not, then it's been a fantastic ride throughout the regular season. Hopefully we can come back for some playoff action. And let's go ahead and sign some receipts for this Sunday and Saturday. Playoffs on the line. Who wins what in each game and where are we going for our last playoff teams? We'll start on Saturday. Who wins? Jags, Titans, Baker.
Give me Trevor Lawrence.
Chill.
I think if Ryan Tannehill's playing, that I think the Titans could take it, but I'm taking
Tannehill ain't playing. Yeah, you know he ain't playing. He's done, right?
The man was dubbed the Prince. Give me the Prince.
I will never bet against my king. Give me the Titans for some stupid reason. Titans represent the South. I picked them at the beginning of the season. I'm going to stick with it. I'm not changing my ways now.
Really believing in Josh Dobbs, huh?
Yep.
Browns.
Have you seen that man's picture? Have you seen his picture?
A little Browns homerism here?
Yeah, it's a little bit. A little smidge. A little smidge. A little smidge of homerism. Other Saturday game. Do the Chiefs lock up the number 1 seed?
Is that really a question?
Yes, sir.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and agree with that as well. Early window. Do the Seahawks maintain a playoff position before the Packers and Lions play?
I'm going to go with the Rams. The Rams win to make the Sunday night game more interesting. I'm not a believer in the refs might make some calls, but like if you're the NFL, you want the Seahawks to lose, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll just go to Seahawks. Just can't get it right here, and they lose for some stupid ass reason.
Movie life, okay? This ain't they can't get right here.
This is just some stupid ass reason the Seahawks lose.
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks to make the 4:00 game a FU to the Packers for the Detroit Lions. Before we hit the 4:00 game, how about do the Eagles get the number 1 seed?
They wrap it up by halftime.
They wrap it up on a late 4th quarter drive from the Hurt Business.
And I'm with Chill. They wrap it up by halftime.
If I play Jalen Hurts, I'm hoping that he just plays. That's why.
Do the Bills eliminate the Patriots from the playoffs?
Yes, sir.
Next question.
Yep, next question. Let's see. Before I want to hit that. Who gets the number 1 overall pick in the draft?
Houston.
It's Texans. That's the Texans.
Yeah, I agree. The Texans are gonna go ahead and roll over real quick. So, yeah, I agree because the Bears definitely gonna fucking lose, but the Texans are gonna lose harder. they're gonna lose harder. Do the Jets eliminate the Dolphins from playoff contention?
I don't have a strong opinion about it, but no.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm also going to say yes. 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 The Jets will be your victor. Heading over 4:00, Green Bay Lions. Who you got?
Give me the fucking Lions.
I'm riding with you.
I got to ride with Deshaun and ride with Daddy. I think Daddy's coming home.
The Lions are going to play spoiler. The Lions are just going to play spoiler. They're going to be knocked out by Seattle. And yeah.
Maybe some people could put some respect back on Jared Goff's name, you know?
No, that'll never happen, Joe. Never.
He's been a top 10 quarterback.
Yes. I skipped ahead to 4:00, but let me get back into 1. Do the Shitties eliminate the last gasp of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No.
Nah, Pittsburgh wins, and Mike Tomlin still in my lifetime has never had a losing record.
Again, there's certain things in life that are 100% guarantees, okay? The obligatory death, taxes, Tom Brady is the GOAT, and Mike Tomlin will never finish below 500. The Steelers are beating the Browns on Sunday.
The man started with Mitch Trubisky and had a rookie Kenny Pickett. The fact that he goes 9-8, just clap for him.
I agree.
And they were missing their best player the majority of the season, so
we're gonna crown his ass, crown him. Simple as that. So after that, the playoff scenario is pretty much set. Chill. Who's coming out the AFC? Even before we talk playoff slates, who's coming out the AFC?
The Bengals right now are playing the best football, so I'm going with the Bengals.
Baker, who's coming out the AFC, man?
Unfortunately, the Bengals don't have the best quarterback. Give me that bad man, Patrick Mahomes.
I thought you were going to say the Chargers.
Not a chance.
Justin Herbert's so good. Brr.
Although the most entertaining game in the playoffs will be Jags versus Chargers.
Too bad the Jags won't be there because the Titans are going to win. Bitch!
Unless if Miami wins and then you get in like Kansas City if we're to go to the second seed and you get Chiefs Dolphins, would have been entertaining as hell.
Oh, my pick has not changed from preseason. The Buffalo Bills. NFC. Who's coming out of that side?
I'm taking a homer pick.
His team's getting knocked out in the first round.
Damn right they are.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for them to be in the Super Bowl.
Baker, stop it. Want to bet 50K on it?
I don't have 50K, Joe.
Yeah, you do.
Considering I never spoke on this show, what my winning was, I don't know what the hell I won. Fuck you, Joe.
Oh man, I just need a yes or a no.
I just need a yes or a no. I don't care what you won or what the amount is. He could have said 150K. Is it a yes or a fucking no?
But Joe, the question is, do you have the 50K to put up? I want the money on the table first.
Oh yeah, I got it.
If I don't got it now, I'll have it by Sunday.
Oh, I'll get it. No doubt. That is the least of your concern. It's me getting that money.
Your concern is putting it up, bitch.
For me, I'll go with the homer pick and roll with the 49ers.
I will never bet against Tom Brady as long as I fucking live. Because if I bet on Tom Brady my entire football career and life, as long as I've been a fan, I've probably won, I don't know, 12 times? So, that guy, Tom Brady. Yeah, I'm taking him at the NFC. And who wins the big game?
I mean, Super Bowl MVP will be Kirk Cousins.
Wow. Okay.
Give me the Bengals. One Ohio team finally pulls it off.
Bengals over 49ers.
Yes, sir.
We got Vikings over Patrick Mahomes and crew. And I got Josh Allen.
The day if Kirk Cousins beats Patrick Mahomes in a fucking Super Bowl, I'm done with football.
Oh, you better not just be done with football. You better block me on every form of social media because I will be a tyrant in every last one of your fucking lives.
Well, thank God I'll never have to worry about either one of these things happening. So I'm off the hook there.
I'll move. I won't tell you where I move. I won't tell my kids where I move. They're going to get a check in the mail from an anonymous address every 2 weeks. You will never find me, Baker.
I remember the one time. I think it's when I think Minnesota was playing Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game, and didn't you say like it had to have been Aaliyah was rooting for the Vikings because they were just wearing purple?
Yeah, because they were purple. Yeah, Aaliyah is a Vikings fan. Let's be clear about that.
But she had me rolling. My niece is smart. Okay.
Your niece doesn't know any better.
My niece is smart, chill.
Sully, tell your kids to root for the Chiefs or like the Bills. Like push them in that direction. Be a good parent. Be like, listen.
Be a good parent.
Have your kids root for Tom Brady. You know, the fact that your kids can root for Tom Brady. You know.
Well, the fact that my kids will be in high school when Tom Brady is still playing. So, I mean, it's a good person to get behind. I mean,
they could just root for the greatest receiver of all time. Like, greatest receiver of all time.
Jerry Rice?
Justin Jefferson will break all of Jerry Rice's records.
Randy Moss?
Randy Moss is already the second best receiver in Minnesota history. Stop it.
You said the fuck.
Well, he's not better than Cooper Kupp.
We're not getting to that conversation right now.
Right, I was going to say, we'll be on here for another 45 goddamn minutes, and I don't want to do that.
We can start to have those conversations as we go into next season before we get to the DFS port. We're talking about rankings for yearly.
like, are his stats from last year still behind Cooper Kupp's?
Yards, no. Everything else, yes.
I mean, they're both really good. I mean, probably in the long run, it's probably gonna be Jay Jetta, but I think I think I'm still taking Cooper Kupp. I think I'm not confident about it, but I've never seen Cooper.
Anywho, like I
Never
said,
seen Cooper Kupp get locked down
a
for 2 for
conversation.
15.
Definitely a conversation for another day. Absolutely. But if you guys didn't hear, I'm taking Josh Allen over Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. We got our receipt signed. We're going to go ahead and shut off the grill, get the mop buckets out. Baker, get back to your smoke break. No, you can follow Baker on Twitter now. You can follow the show at the DFS Deli. Hit me up on Instagram like my boy Zig does. Any Twitter questions, send to me. I'll be more than happy to try and answer for your lineup, just like I did last week.
Any NFTs, go to Baker.
You want Adidas NFTs? Hit up Baker. Guys, it's been a great regular season. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys on Saturday. If not, we wish you all the best of luck. And thanks again for joining us this season. It has been an absolute joy to come on every Wednesday or Thursday night and yell at you guys about some fantasy football, make some good money as we all did this year. Hopefully the listeners did the exact same thing, got some good binks and everything. And there's one more week in the regular season to do it. Let's go ahead and close it. Yeah, let's get weird. Let's go ahead and close up the shop one last time for the regular season. And of course, we'll see you all at the top. Thanks for listening. Peace.